Maybe asking yourself, where have we been? It's been like a month since our last upload. Um, Life stuff, work, this guy moving. Obviously,
Yep.
setup looks a little different right now. Um, may look a little too familiar for some of our guys,
Yep.
if you get the gist. But but yeah, some of our little cousins had quinceañeras that took up a lot of our time, just planning, getting ready for that within a mix of him moving, me working, but
Me working, going
yeah,
to school
yeah,
still. It,
juggling a lot, but ain't nothing gonna keep us from driving towards our goals with this podcast. And what those goals are, we're still yet to figure out, but we're here for the long haul, like we've said since episode one. We want to figure out, what this could turn into, um, and we can only do it by obviously being as consistent as we can. But I think the break for us was solid, because it allowed stuff to happen for us to talk about, um, and also, um, I'm speaking mainly for myself. Sometimes, like you're talking about something so much that it's like, all right, I don't even know what to say about this anymore. Um,
yeah, and that's kind of the struggle that we had
yeah.
the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
When we were recording,
Yeah.
it almost felt repetitive, and that's
Mm-hmm.
something that we don't want to bring to the audience because that's how you drive away an audience.
Yeah.
We obviously want to expand more into sports analytics, but until we could get a large enough following to start having those conversations,
Yeah.
we're just going to stick to what we know and what you guys request.
And we definitely don't want to break away from, what we've cultivated as far as like our own chemistry and talking about sports. Where like, yeah, we could get into analytics, stats, everything, but who's to say you can't just click off this video and go watch First Take, or go watch any of the other formats. But for us, I think we keep it so raw and so genuine that those who do take the time to check us out and watch us can tell that there's a difference. Um, and yeah, we're planning on uploading, a lot more. We got some stuff coming. Um, that is it's a slow brew, a slow burn into seeing what we can make out of this. I know we've talked about our last episode. We talked about doing kick, um, and
Which is something that will be happening. Um, so I actually would want to announce July 19th, Poirier versus Max Holloway. We will be doing a live watch party on Kick. Link will be in the description, as well as me personally. I will be live streaming on Kick. Uh, don't know what days, but that's something I'll figure out in the meantime. But until then, go subscribe to the CVC over on Kick and come join the watch party. It won't just be UFC pay per views, it'll be other stuff as well. We could possibly do the NFL season opener watch party as well. It's whatever you guys would want.
yeah, because we got our topics that we talk about, and you know similar to when our first ever live stream when we went live for the NFL draft, like we had a good following come out and show out for us for that. And not only do we want to keep our loyalists, but we want to be able to reach out to other people to bring in content that maybe they're asking out of other creators that aren't necessarily bringing it to them. Are we going to get into the IRL stuff and all this stuff? Who knows? But for now, we have a format that, you know, is obviously off the top of the dome and then reaction based. So that's what the type of culture we'll be looking into bringing when it comes to kick. Um, Doing the UFC event is going to be solid, um, and yeah, there's room to grow still. Like we're definitely not a finished product, but you know, who knows when we will feel like we're that, but it's just a ride I think we're both excited to be on.
Yeah. So what's next for the CVC? Well, as mentioned, more live streams on Kick. We're gonna hopefully try and get a little more consistent, and the whole CV Central name was a solid name, but I would like to keep it plain. So from here on out, we're just gonna be rebranded and known as the CVC. It's gonna be the same thing, but we're just gonna roll with the initials. And that way, when you ask your buddies, "Hey, who you listening to?" The CVC.
Yeah.
You are quick and easy like that.
Uh, it's it's easier, you know, because when we first brought up the name, it was kind of like, all right, this is what we're gonna roll with, and if we ever feel like changing it, we would change it. But even to ourselves, we refer it as the CBC. We don't actually say the CB Central. Um, Now, obviously, we're always gonna stay Central based. We are out of Stockton, California. We still have goals to attract, talking about high school sports, local colleges, all that, and we will get into that. Just
Yep.
because we haven't doesn't mean that we don't plan to. There's just nothing going on in our area right now, but we got a lot going on in Sac State. We got our local teams, we got G League teams out here, so there's stuff to talk about. We just need more to happen. Um, Everybody's kind of in an off season right now.
Yeah.
Stockton Kings, they're in their off season. We got the Stockton Ports, but if you're from Stockton, you go to the ports just to do something. Honestly, like I don't think a lot of people keep up with them as far as a professional basis. But we have Delta College, we got UOP, we got a lot of culture here in Stockton that has branched out into more American sports. Um, so there, we're always gonna be central, but for now and for the long haul, we are the CVC.
Yeah, and as many of you guys know, I was actually an assistant coach over at Chavez High School here in Stockton. But I actually recently just got promoted to another school. The defensive coordinator just about 20 minutes up the road at River Islands, a brand new program. They started their football program last year, and I'm excited to help build that program up, help bring what I can do, and I'm excited to call a defense now.
Yeah. I know you go from a defensive coach position to a coordinator, so that's going to be exciting for you. And like we've touched about on earlier episodes, that we'll be talking about not only his journey as a coach, but just like that'll give us more insight when it comes to high school sports.
Yeah.
Um, and then even if you guys want to hear about novice league, because I have a son that's going to be playing for the Lincoln Trojans. For I believe he'll be on the junior novice roster, and he'll be joining his first year of football this year. So that's exciting for me as well. Going from being player to coach to now father of a player. So um, just getting him excited for the season and getting him ready. That's important to me right now. So um, we got a lot of stuff that is gonna happen in our personal lives that we definitely want to share with you guys. That keeps it on a sports level.
Yeah, I've actually been thinking about a few things to do. Um, I don't know what I want to do in terms of what I want to do at River Islands. I have thought about doing kind of like a behind the scenes thing,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like get up, expose myself to the media, kind of show
Mm-hmm.
myself as a coach. So, like on game days, have a camera follow me, be mic'd up,
Yeah.
all that.
You could
I've,
look into getting like the glasses too that record.
yeah, yeah, I could look into those
Mm-hmm.
too. It's just something that could not only help me, but could help expose the high school to athletes in the area that would choose to go to another school
Mm-hmm.
when, I mean, the school is getting a sports facility that's about 2 acres.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I know
they got money over there.
everybody's so driven by like winning culture, but sometimes it's just all about culture. Like
Yeah.
just
And
just an effective culture that can help establish young men that need that like outside help.
Yeah, and as of right now, they really don't have an established culture, and that's
Hmm.
something that I look to bring to their program.
Yeah, that's gonna be solid. It's gonna be a great experience for you. I know, like you said, with the behind the scenes, I plan on catching his games. Um, so I'll definitely be there, and we can try to upload stuff on our Instagram and stuff like that. So again, make sure you guys check out all our platforms because we record and upload onto YouTube, but um, there's our audiobook versions, which is on Apple Podcasts. We got our Spotify, so we're friendly for everybody. And then we're gonna be going to Kick too. Um, there's our Instagram. Upload shorts for our reels there, and we upload TikTok shorts as well. There's YouTube shorts, so there's content. Um, we even have
Hmm.
some stuff that we still need to upload from like previous episodes that we want to highlight because yeah, we get it. It's hard to gravitate attention for somebody to sit there for like an hour and a half to listen to a podcast. Um, I find myself doing it, um, but still, too, like sometimes you watch clips and it's like, damn, I wonder what made them talk about this. So you end up actually checking out the episode. Like, I'll do it a lot with like specific interviewers and podcasters. Like, I'm a big fan of Chris Van Vliet. He does a lot of wrestling based podcasts, um, interviews with a lot of the major stars. He's got notable interviews with like The Rock, Cena, Batista, and then like the up and coming talent. And I'll watch clips of his like on TikTok or like um, on Instagram, and then I'm like, man, I want to go catch that episode. And the same culture. I feel like we want to have the where it's like raw and genuine. That's what attracts me about a guy like Chris Van Vliet. Like he asks questions, but he's more so like talking like just shooting the shit like a friend. He's not like, oh, well, what made you do this? Like why would you do this? Like all the
Hmm.
dramatic stuff like that gives interviewers bad names. Like
Yeah.
I know at some point we would love to conduct interviews. Um, that'll just that'll happen with time.
Hmm.
But yeah, this is kind of just letting you guys know, where we've been, um, and where we're going.
Yeah. Um, well, I mean, it's only up from here. Just got to stay consistent, and hopefully, you guys that are OGs, if this thing grows, will will remember you guys because the 15 subs on YouTube right now, you're part of the foundation of the CVC right now. And hopefully this thing could grow into something bigger that we like. And we don't care about the money. This is something we genuinely like to do. If the money comes, it comes, but
Yeah,
it's not what we're focusing on. This is something we genuinely like to talk about. We talk about sports all the time outside of the podcast. And I mean, you could have a fucking camera walking around with us and we wouldn't even know just because of how in depth we talk sports.
yeah.
But now the difference is that there's a camera in front of us.
Hmm.
But with that being said, thank you for tuning in to the update. Be tuned in for next week's episode. With that being said, I'm your host, Jay.
I'm your host, Chris. Hey, peace.